Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I do hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video. Now this video's about my own settings in the sim. I get many comments on my videos and in Discord asking me what settings I'm using, what spec PC I'm using. That's going to surprise a lot of you, in fact. So in this video I'm going to share my own settings, how I make Microsoft Flight Sim look good, at least to my own eyes and to other people's eyes as well. So I'll be sharing my system settings. I'm using an Nvidia card, so I'll show you some of the settings there as well. And I'm also going to share what add-ons I'm using as well, just in case you want your flight sim to look maybe similar to my own. Well listen, let's not dilly-dally. Let's get on with this video. So I think the best thing to do is first go over my system settings. Just before I do that, your flight sim may look far better than mine. You've got a far better high-spec PC, in fact, or even the Xbox Series X in that case. I'm just making this video because I do get a lot of questions. So if people ask that question in the future, what are my system settings? What are my settings in sim? I can just point them towards this video. Okay, so my system specs. Surprisingly, I'm only running a 1060 GPU graphics card. That's a few generations ago. Yes, it's a 6GB 1060, but it's pretty much the recommended. When Flight Sim first came out, you had low recommended and high specs. It's pretty much the middling specs for Flight Sim, but as you can see, it does quite well in the sim. With that, I've got 16GB DDR4. It's only 2133 megahertz of RAM. Now I do want to expand that, and I have been looking to 32GB. I'm just having a bit of trouble actually finding that sort of speed of RAM, the 2133 megahertz. I basically want two 8GB sticks. Just having a bit of trouble finding that. It's a few generations ago, and I don't think my motherboard will take higher. So yes, but that seems to run it okay too. And with that, I'm running a Ryzen 5 1600AF CPU. It's kind of one of those limited runs CPUs back in the day. I'll actually try and find and then link in the description a video about that CPU. It's a blindingly fast CPU. I think it cost me just over £100, so it's like a budget fast CPU, and it really helped to increase my system's performance. So there you go, it's quite a meager PC. I've been running it since Flight Sim 2020 first released, and it's always done me quite well in the sim. So I'm not running some kind of NASA PC. I do own a gaming laptop, yet Flight Sim can look a little bit better on that, but I get decent performance from this PC. And typically it's the one I'll be using for my videos. One thing I should mention here, I'm using GeForce Experience to record generally. Kind of gives you that one-to-one recording. So if you're wondering what software I use to record, simply GeForce Experience. And what you see is pretty much what I see in the sim. It does give you that one-to-one replication of the recording, and I highly recommend it if you're running an Nvidia GPU. Okay, listen, well that's my system. That's the system I'm running. Let me now show you my settings in sim. Okay, so let's go over the in-sim settings, and in options, let's go to general options. Now, full screen 1080p. Yeah, I'm still running a 1080p monitor. That I'm looking to change over the next month or two. Definitely want a 1440p So it's basically a 2K monitor. I believe that's the sweet spot for Microsoft Flight Sim, especially on PC. So a widescreen 1440p monitor. I'm currently looking at that at the moment. If anybody has any recommendations, do leave them down below in the comments. So there you go, full screen of course, 1080p for the moment. Anti-aliasing, I don't have the option here of DLSS. This 1060 GPU does not do that sort of fancy stuff, so the only anti-aliasing I have the options are, it's off and it looks terrible, FXAA and DLLAA, TAA, etc. The best one is the TAA. Basically gives you the sharpest image, and it's the one I use. Render scaling, as you can see, I've got that at 80, AMD Fidelity FX sharpening 100, VSync have off. If you're running this on PC, definitely have that turned off. Nvidia Reflex, I have it on and boost, gives me a couple more FPS. I'll talk about my FPS in a moment. I'm not going to save these, so I'm not going to alter any of these. DirectX, running DirectX 11 currently, and I don't believe I can do 12. I can't update this PC to Windows 11. I can on my gaming laptop. I'll probably do that because people have a couple of questions about peripherals on PC under sort of Windows 11, so I'll do that soon probably and do a video on that. Terrain level of detail 85 does good enough. And as you can see, I've got a lot of these settings, the terrain caching rather on high, terrain vector data on high, buildings, trees, as you can see, grass and bushes on high as well. Objects level of details, I put that down to 85. Let's go back, discard. I don't find any difference from having that to 100. If you're running a super high PC and push it past 100, you may find the benefit. For me, it's fine on 85. Let's go back to general options here. So there you go, and as you can see, the rest of them here, the filtering's on 4 times. Super sampling I have off. Doesn't make a great difference to the image quality on my PC at least, so I just turn that off. And as you can see here, high. I'll just go through these just so you can take a look. Couple of medium there. The windshield effects on medium. Cube map reflections 192. I believe that was higher when it detected the PC, but I've turned that down. Doesn't seem to make a great deal of difference. And as you can see there, the rest of them do have motion blur turned off. I can't stand motion blur generally, especially not in a flight sim, so that's definitely off for me. And there you go, glass cockpit refresh rate on medium. So there you go, I'm just showing you just so you can see my own in-sim settings there, and these do give me a rather good picture quality. So let's go back and resume. Now, I'm not going to put it into dev mode and show you my FPS in the corner because I'm recording and it doesn't give you the true picture. Just take it from me, I'm getting between something like mid-30s to 40 frames per second. Listen, in a flight sim, anything over 30 frames a second consistently is good. Now, you may be running that sort of NASA high-end PC, maybe a 4090 GPU and getting 60 to 70 FPS in busy areas like this. That's good for you. Listen, like I said, anything over 30 frames, especially sort of 35 to 40 frames, say 40 frames per second generally, is considered good for a flight sim, especially when you have good details showing as well. So I'm quite happy with that, especially when you consider the specs of my PC. So listen, that's my system specs and in-sim settings. I'll just quickly show you my Nvidia control panel settings. So my Nvidia control panel settings, now you must remember I'm running an Nvidia card, so this will only be applicable if you're running an Nvidia card. So here we go. Now, I've not changed these. I did do a video a while ago. I'll try and link that down below in the description as well. I've not really changed and messed around with these. I've not really had to. The sim runs fine. I think the important ones here, the power management mode, prefer maximum performance and high performance on texture filtering, and trilinear optimizations on as well. And as you can see here, this is on. So these, I think those are the main ones to look at here. But those are my Nvidia control panel settings. I'll just scroll at the top, back to the top here, so you can see what I've got turned on and turned off. So there we go. And those seem to run, at least on my own system, it helps the sim to run quite well. So there you go, I'll just go up and down slowly for you there, so you can see what I have off and on. So there we go. Those are my Nvidia control panel settings. Let's go back to the sim. So now I'll just quickly talk about a couple of add-ons that I'm running in the background. Well, this will be mainly PC only, although there is one that crosses over to the Xbox as well. As you can see, the tree colours. I'm running AccuSeason Season, the Advanced Edition to get... I've just got the trees on automation basically, so it updates daily. In fact, it's due to update any minute now. So yeah, the tree colours, AccuSeason Season Advanced Edition. I do use flow as well, it's not really affecting the image quality. But with the AccuSeason Season Advanced Edition, you do get weather presets. What do I have it on? I've got it on Summer Desert Sky for some reason at the moment. But you do get, with the Advanced Edition of AccuSeason Season, all these different presets. There's a snowy one that can look quite nice, can't it? Goodness me. Huh. Although... yeah, well, I guess it's applicable for this time of year, and various ones in between that. But you know, even with the default weathers, as you can see here, a few clouds, and even live weather of course, the sim can look quite nice. Along with that, and I'll link these videos down below, so the AccuSeason Season Advanced, I've got the enhanced photogrammetry, so if you're going over sort of coastal areas, sort of, you know, I guess similar to this, although it's not technically a coastal area, but it will fill in things that were previously underwater. Go and look at the video I did about the enhanced photogrammetry. I released that, I believe, just before Christmas just gone. Yeah, it does enhance these coastal areas, and bridges look more proper, shall we say. They look more constructed, better constructed, that type of thing. Aside from that though, that's all my system settings and my in-sim settings, and a couple of add-ons that I'm running to make my sim look the way it does. So there you go, if I get that question again in the future, I can simply point them towards this video. Well listen, do let me know your thoughts below down in the comments. I'm sure many of you are already commenting. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Many more Flight Simulator videos on their way, and I'll see you soon.